Good evening, everybody. Happy Black Friday to you. Hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving. I am Mr. First Down, aka Sam Dean, here with Alan Perez. We are Fanboys Unleashed. Him, a fanboy for those Dallas Cowboys that got the victory over the Chiefs, and me, the lowly Titans fan that runs this whole problem. Anyway, Alan, welcome to
Hey, if it makes you feel any better, buddy, I don't. We did I was on Audible Sports last night. They were doing the live stream of the Thursday night game of the last Thanksgiving game. So afterwards, we made our picks and everything, and I was the only. Oh well, I wasn't the only one. Me and Omar both picked Tennessee to beat Jacksonville this week. So
why?
You're welcome, buddy.
Don't do this to yourselves. Don't do this. You want to be right. You want to be right about these things. Don't do that.
I know, but here's the thing. I like the way Cam Ward's playing. I think he's getting better. He's progressed really well. I don't know what Trevor Lawrence is going to show up in this game. And you're at home, so
here's the way I see it. Here's the way I see it. It wouldn't surprise me if we got just dog walked. And it wouldn't surprise me if Trevor Lawrence shoots himself in the foot. You know what I mean? It wouldn't surprise me either way. I think I'd just be accepting of it, move on. Anyway, welcome in everybody. Let's see. We have Bodkins wants to troll because that's what he is. He's feeling good because he has cheese on his head. So he's feeling good.
Hey, his team played great yesterday too. So
yeah, just crazy. All right. There we go. I think I did that. It says I'm coming across weird on YouTube, so I don't know why, but we're a little bitty squares on the phone version. Yeah, I don't know. That's odd. Anyway, so we're gonna walk ourselves through this little thing here. We'll go by each game about what happened in it and what our thoughts on it. We'll start out with the Packers and Lions, and this looked like it was going to be a punch for punch kind of thing, but in the end, the Packers made the necessary plays to win it. I think Matt LaFleur did himself a rather good job going for it on fourth down in the game. I cannot complain about the results, and you shouldn't if you're a Packers fan. I don't know what comes of it afterwards. Where's Detroit go from here? Anything like that? What are your thoughts about the Packers and the Matt LaFleur found his ball, says Bakajo. Matt, what are your thoughts about
the game plan for Dan Campbell completely changed the minute they lost Amon-Ra. The minute they lost Amon-Ra, the game plan completely changed. You saw that they were getting the ball to Jamison Williams as much as they could. You kind of abandoned the run there late, which, at times is not good, especially when you have two of the better running backs in the NFL. But the Packers did a great job of containing both of those guys on defense. Micah himself had a fantastic game. Definitely there at the end, took command, got, 2.5, 3 sacks in that game, Sam, something like that against Detroit. And it just kind of, when you don't have your go-to guy, it definitely throws your game plan off. And unfortunately, the Packers capitalized on it and Detroit couldn't. So it is what it is.
I mean, to go for it at that juncture, fourth. I mean, that was the game right there. So to do it and had the balls to do it. I mean, it's well done. Random guy here. Curtis Knight says Titans aren't doing too good. Really, Curtis? I had no idea. I thought I was going all the way. I gotta love people that just tune in and see a logo and decide to say something. It makes me laugh. Ha 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 ha. Anyway,
it's hey, your team sucks, and guess what? The Eagles lost. So ha.
I feel like Hades from Hercules, Disney's Hercules, right? A bouncing baby brat. We know. I know you know. Okay, I know you know. I get the concept. Like, I understand. But, you got to leave it up to them.
Yeah.
But anyway, I was really, like Bodkin Show had mentioned earlier, Matt LaFleur found his balls. It was a little more creative there. Sure, they had their struggles, the missed passes and stuff that we're not used to seeing Green Bay having, but they seemed to put it together at the right times and, most importantly, stop Detroit from converting those fourth downs. I think that flipped the game. I think it flipped the momentum. Everything changed when Detroit couldn't get 4th and 3 and 4th and 5. So that's how I look at it.
That's been Dan Campbell's kryptonite the last few weeks. Is he's taken that shot. He went for it on 4th down 5 times against Philadelphia 3 weeks ago, and failed on all 5 attempts. They're figuring him out defensively. Teams are figuring out their offense, especially now. Depending on if Amon-Ra plays Thursday or not, that could be a huge detriment to their offense, because you kind of make them one-dimensional at that point, where it's like you're either going to force the ball to number one, or you're going to try to run it down an opponent's throats. And if a team's ready for that, it's not gonna be good for that. So, and it hurts them in the standings too, Sam, because it's like, not only did you lose to Green Bay, who you're now basically a game and a half behind, Chicago also won today. So now you're like 2.5, 3 games behind the Bears in the division now. So that's even more of a big hill to climb. So it helps Green Bay a lot, because to me, I want to say they are the best team in that division right now on paper. Their offense, when it's great, it's great. You have guys like Dontavian Wicks stepping up and having great games. Their defense is probably the best defense in the division right now.
Right.
Chicago's going to be scrappy. I know they're 9-3. I know they've won a lot of one-score games, and they played very well against Philadelphia on the road today, which kind of gives me pause on ultimately crowning Green Bay the division champs. But I think if you were put these two teams head-to-head, I still take Green Bay.
Yeah, no, I freaking get it. Yeah. We have some more trolling in the chat from Curtis Knight, more like Mr. Last Place, and he put a got him there, so I assume he's a petulant child. And he's also a Rams fan. You should feel pretty good if you're a Rams fan, considering that I picked the Rams to go to the Super Bowl. I'm not sure if it'll be the Broncos or Patriots like he thinks, but we'll see. Maybe so. Broncos are a weird team too. They're a very strange team. They have this dominant defense, but then they don't play until the fourth quarter. And Bo Nix is the new Ryan Fitzpatrick almost. Interception, touchdowns. It's a crazy thing to see. But we move on. Mr. Allen, to your favorite game. Kansas City goes into Dallas, a homecoming for Patrick Mahomes. His whole family's there. It's lovely. Where he played football in Tyler, Texas, which is, correct me if I'm wrong, about an hour outside of Dallas.
It is, as soon as you leave the Dallas Fort Worth Metroplex area, which is on the east side, with Tyler's on the east side. I believe it's like a 30-minute, 45-minute drive from the edge of the Dallas Metroplex, which if you're going 80 miles an hour now, which is the speed limit there, good luck, by the way, you could get there in about 10 minutes. So yeah, Tyler, Texas is not that far from the Dallas Metroplex. It's one of the higher ranking Texas schools out there that's not in the Metroplex area or in like the Houston or San Antonio area. Right. It is one of the outside big towns in Texas. It's very widely known for having a lot of NFL talent coming out of there. I believe Kyler Murray went to Tyler, Texas as well. They
don't claim him. So, they don't claim him. That's for sure. That ain't happening.
There's a couple of really good NFL players that went there. So, Mahomes went there. He's recruited to Texas Tech. Played in Lubbock all 4 of his years in college. Yeah, Tyler, Texas is not that far from Dallas. It's about a 45, 30-minute drive, depending on how fast you're going.
All right. So that's all great and all, but the matter of fact is that the Chiefs are now 1-6 in one-score games. I never thought I'd see that. That I thought things were about to go really badly for Dallas, especially that lollipop that Dak threw in the beginning. I was like, oh no, this is bad. And then he almost threw one on the subsequent drive. And, I'm sure you saw it. We've talked about this before. It seemed like Dallas was trying to struggle to get down the field. And then all of a sudden it just kind of came together. They got it done.
I was going to say after that, really, Sam, it was after that first drive. It was after that first drive when Dak threw the pick, which, if you go back and look at it, it kind of got tipped, and he had a corner coming right at him, so he definitely had to get rid of it. It was kind of a bad read and kind of a bad throw. Mm-hmm. But after that, he played great. This was probably, if you want to look at it, it's probably his best performance of the season.
Yeah,
take away the interception, it's probably his best performance of the season.
Correct.
When they needed it in a big spot where they needed it, where if you lose, you're on a huge uphill battle trying to get to the playoffs. So now you're in a prime position to make a run here.
You're in control of your own destiny if you're the Cowboys.
Pretty much. We're seeing right now with this 3-game stretch with Philadelphia, with Kansas City, and next Thursday against Detroit. If he plays great against Detroit, and a lot of people have said this is going to be the start of his MVP campaign if Dallas runs the table.
Ooh, man.
Because you just beat the 2 teams that were in the Super Bowl last year in a 4-day span.
Right.
You've got a Detroit team who was really good the last 2 years and has been in the playoffs the last 2 or 3 years.
They're struggling. They're struggling a little bit.
You've got the Chargers coming in. I believe they come into Dallas. If not, we go to LA. You got the Chargers who, they're missing both of their tackles, but that'll still be a tough game.
Yep.
But after that, it's the Vikings who are collapsing, Washington who's collapsing, and the Giants who are bad at the end of the year. And we all know Dak's record against the division. He completely owns the NFC.
He's very good in the division. He's such an interesting character, Dak. It's hard to really. I want to say, oh, this is a great quarterback, and then we see a game of him just completely waffling or not putting the ball, like not spiking the ball when he needs to. All the really weird things that make up Dak Prescott. He's an interesting case study, to be sure, and one that we will surely. It's the same thing with like Tony Romo, right? When you have to do like the post-mortem on his career after he's done, you're like, he was so brilliant. And you told me that brilliant stat about Tony, where he led the league in fourth quarter touchdowns, but he also led the league in fourth quarter interceptions. What a strange man. So. But yeah, it's all part of it, I'm sure. But good for the Cowboys getting it done.
Dak's a leader. He's been the leader. And now that you have distractions, sorry, Micah, you have distractions out of the locker room, and you say, well, George Pickens is a distraction. He's been a benefit since he's came to Dallas. He's been a huge benefit since
he's been great.
Came to Dallas. So
ain't no shame in his game. Are they going to pay him next year? Are they going to pay him, or do you think
I would believe that they should, because of the guys that they made trades for, he's the only one that has a contract coming up.
Gotcha.
Logan Wilson, you at least got for the next couple years. You've got Quinnen Williams locked up for at least, I think, 2 or 3 years coming up. Which you basically got a similar player to a Micah Parsons. Only he plays defensive tackle, and you get him on the cheaper side. So that was a huge get.
Yeah, I get it. Can they afford to pay him? Can I put it that way?
It'll depend on how Jerry kind of maneuvers the money around. It'll depend on who's up for contracts, who all they want to keep. And and looky here, they have a lot of options. because you have 2 first-round picks this year.
Right.
You do not have to pick a quarterback in a quarterback-heavy first round, which is a blessing. So you can use a pick like on a Caleb Downs, for instance, out of Ohio State to stir up your secondary. And if GP doesn't stay, you can go get the best wide receiver in the draft if he's available.
Sure.
But I think they could still use a little bit of you're getting a good salary cap this year. So I would think with that salary cap, you could use that money to give George Pickens a contract.
I'm curious. I am curious about that because I feel like they absolutely should re-sign him. Then you got me. It's going to have like $168 million of cap space. Going, boy, if they don't sign him,
I'm sure if he's willing to take the lesser money, if Jerry offers him like a smaller deal than what maybe people are thinking he's going to get, I think Pickens, he might. You could say he's going to be the one that wants the bag. I think he will take whatever Jerry offers him, because I think he realizes, and I think the team realizes, if you keep CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens together, you have the best wide receiver duo in the NFL.
I think that's true. Yeah. Next game. Congratulations to the Cowboys. Chiefs. What does this do to the Chiefs? What must they do? Do you think they're still in the playoffs? What do you feel this changes about the Chiefs? Does it change anything at all?
For as much as I hated Tony Romo's commentary in this game, my God, I love you, Tony, but your commentary is awful.
He betrayed you. He
brought up a great point that the loss is a detriment because of who's in front of them. Mm-hmm. All 3 wildcard teams right now have a victory over the Kansas City Chiefs.
Oh, boy.
All 3 wildcard teams right now have a victory over Kansas City. They're not winning the West. They are not winning the West at all. I think that you could say that's a done deal. They're not winning the AFC West.
Mm-hmm.
Now you got to worry about,
no home field advantage.
You need Jacksonville's to lose twice. You need Buffalo to probably lose twice. You need the Chargers to potentially lose twice. One of those teams has to lose twice, and you have to
you have to handle your business.
You have to win out. You basically have to win out, because if you lose another game, it's over. I think if they lose another game, their season's over.
Oh, man. Oh, I never thought we'd be here, to be honest with you. I really didn't. I never thought we would be here with the Chiefs. Not yet. Anyway.
And the thing is, Sam, too, you talk about they're 1-6 in one-score games. They're 1-5 on the road this year.
Ooh,
if they can't go to Arrowhead, which it looks like they're not going to be able to have a playoff game in Arrowhead, they're going to have a tough time getting out of this playoff.
Rough. All right. Listen, I don't even know how to describe this game to you. It was so obvious to you and I and everyone else that the Ravens were going to take care of business, right? Right? We all knew that.
Right?
That was going to happen. But not so fast, my friend. Here comes Joey B, full of aura, walks in there and just smacks them around. 32. What was the final score of that game? 32-14. My God. And it was a horrible time for Lamar Jackson to fumble and have all of his problems. Derrick Henry couldn't get anything going. Bad. Just bad. Jamar Chase, I tell you, was really happy to have Burrow back. Just unbelievable. It just cements the fact that Joe Burrow is such a huge deal. That team needs him more than anybody. They need him on that team.
I was going to say, Sam, where the hell was this defense all year long for Cincinnati? Where have they been? It's like they suddenly decided to play football all of a sudden.
Hey, crazy. I'm not too worried about the Ravens, though. It does make me raise an eyebrow because that defense is rough. And do you think there's anything the Bengals can do? Right? They're what, 3-8, something like that?
They're 4-8. They're 4-8.
Yeah, so you think the Chiefs are under pressure. If the Bengals want to do anything this year, they have to win everything. Like, they have to go and win everything.
Here's the thing, Sam. It's not out of the realm of possibility now. And people are like, why is Joe Burrow playing? It's a meaningless season. They're 3-8. The division leader is 6-6.
Correct.
The Ravens and Steelers are both 6-6. We saw what happened to Lamar last night. He's hurt. I think Lamar's hurt. Scott and I have talkked about it on Lock.
You think they think Lamar's they're trying hurt. To keep it? Is it something to do with his hand? Because he dropped that ball. He legit let it.
Yeah, there's something going on either with his leg, hamstring, or something, or because it does not look good. He's hurt at somehow, some way. They're not giving the ball to Derrick Henry, which I don't know why they're not, because he's basically their offense at this point. Their defense is playing good. Their defense is definitely playing a lot better than what they have. And then it's like on the Pittsburgh side, Aaron Rodgers, yes, he's playing, but he's 41 years old. So any really big hit on him could probably break him in half at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, why not? Why not have Joe Burrow out there? You're only 2 games back. Anything can happen in the NFL. We've seen it time and time again. I mean, Nick will tell you, what was it? The year they won the Super Bowl in 2010, they were 4-8. They were 1 foot out the door,
man.
With so many injuries on that team, and they ended up running the table. Went 4-0 the last 4 weeks of the season. Got into the playoffs, I believe, as a 6 seed, as a wild card, 8-8, and ended up making the run and won the Super Bowl. So it's not out of the realm of the possibility for Burrow and the Bengals here. If they win their next their last 5 games, that's essentially a 9-8 record, and you could potentially win the division with that record.
Yeah, 100% you can. Last and not least, I hated watching this game today. This game, the score belies how ugly this game was. And not just for the Eagles. The Eagles were dysfunctional all game. But Caleb Williams, that has to be the most maddening quarterback to watch. I've never seen a man miss so many wide open wide receivers and then just make the right plays here or there at the end and everything be all hunky-dory. It is utterly bizarre. And who compliments him in that regard? Jalen Hurts of the Eagles. Couldn't hit the broadside of a barn at times. But what killed this game, besides it being absolutely boring, watching both quarterbacks just be out there getting paid millions of dollars, to overthrow DJ Moore, to not hit A.J. Brown, if you're the Eagles fans. But for the Eagles defense, just to get absolutely roasted by, I don't even remember who the running back was. But I mean,
Monagai and Swift combined had almost over 250 yards.
I mean, goodness gracious. Yeah. And the Eagles did not adjust. They didn't. I don't even know how to explain it to you. I've called the Eagles a powder keg for a while. And I don't know. I keep hearing the fuse being lit and you're watching it go into the bomb, before it kapows. What are your thoughts on this? Because this is some of the ugliest quarterback play from both teams that I've ever seen. It was awful.
I mean, here's the stat real quick, Sam. Kyle Monagai, 22 for 130 and a touchdown. DeAndre Swift, 18 for 125 and a touchdown. Yeah. Total as a team, they had 281 rushing yards as a team. To Saquon, who only had 13 for 56. Has anybody seen him? I haven't seen him in the last 3 weeks. I haven't seen him either.
And that's shocking. I really thought he was dominant. I really did. I'm shocked by that.
You know what this is, Sam? On the Eagles side of things, this is like the simplest answer. On the Eagles side of things, it's A.J. Brown.
Mm-hmm.
It's A.J. Brown going off to the media. It's A.J. Brown going off on Twitter about how the plays are being called, how the offense is being run. And now you're essentially force-feeding him the football. He had 10 catches today.
Man.
He had 10 catches on 12 targets.
I don't even know. I don't know, man. That's just crazy.
Where the rest of your team had 18 combined.
Oh, golly.
Your number 2 receiver, who I think should be getting the ball more, only had 8 targets in Devontae Smith, and he only had 5 catches. Your tight end, who's been really good, only had 4 targets and 2 catches. They are force-feeding A.J. Brown the football because they're trying to make him happy. Or at least Jalen's doing that, trying to make him happy. And it's become kind of a detriment to the team right now.
It's just a powder keg, man. It's
just imagine, though, if Dan Campbell gets any of those 4th downs in that game against Philadelphia, if they somehow score like twice in that game, we're talking about, you've lost 3 in a row. You're a dysfunctional offense. It's not the same offense we saw last year. It's become a detriment to the defense, and now your defense is starting to show cracks because they gave up nearly 300 yards rushing today. So It's like we saw this 2 years ago where there was dysfunction in the organization, there was dysfunction in the locker room. They completely collapsed, and they ended up being a wild card team and got boat raced by Tampa Bay out of the playoffs.
Chased right out of it.
And now, because you lost this game, you got the Cowboys, who are now only a game and a half behind you.
Sir, and you're showing your biased behavior.
And they just beat you this Sunday. They have a head-to-head advantage over you if it was a tie. Plus, because of said tie against Green Bay, that gives them another advantage. Because if it comes down to Philly being 10-7 and Dallas is 10-6-1, that gives you the NFC East. That gives the Cowboys the NFC East. So they got to fix it. They got to fix it quickly because the Cowboys have an easy-ish schedule. They can easily run the table if they beat Detroit Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
And if you can't muster up a couple wins here and there, you're in danger of, again, blowing the division, and maybe not even making the playoffs with how good the NFC has been this year.
Dude.
Top to bottom. I mean, look, you still got San Francisco, you still got Detroit, who's fighting for a spot, Green Bay's fighting for a spot. The NFC West is really good this year. Like, you might find the Eagles, like, on the outside looking in when it's all said and done if they don't get this fixed.
Wouldn't that just be absolutely wild? Can you imagine? Like, I don't even know what to say.
Well, what was the last time
Chiefs by a millionaire, and I don't feel good about it at all.
What was the last time, Sam?
I don't feel good about anything.
When was the last time you saw both Super Bowl teams have hangovers? Because it seems like that's what's happening with both teams right now. They're going through their Super Bowl hangovers.
It kind of seems that way, to be honest with you. I kind of feel like the Chiefs have gotten a little long in the tooth. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like having the same team around over and over. What's the old adage in football? Father time is undefeated, and it comes for everybody. We used to watch Patrick Mahomes throw an accurate ball 60 yards down the field and be like, man, that was crazy. Now we watch him, and it's 8 feet over people's heads. Guys are having to adjust to catch it. And that's not saying he's not amazing. That's not what I'm saying. He's a generational talent quarterback. I think we both can agree at that. But eventually, old age, injuries, everything like that. Kelsey needs to probably retire, right? It's getting closer and closer. It adds up. Andy Reid's a great coach, but I think the players are just not executing very well for the Chiefs right now.
Here's a stat I was told last night, Sam. We saw Mahomes make all those great plays on the run outside the pocket where he does most of his damage. 1 for 9 in the pocket.
Golly.
In the NFL, I get it. I get that's Mahomes' game. He's an outside pocket guy.
Right.
But in the NFL, if you're going to have any momentum of success, you have to be able to throw in the pocket.
Mm-hmm.
It can't just all – because once teams start to figure that out, they're going to figure out how to defend it.
Yeah.
And I know Patrick can do wonderful things. There's a reason why he's the best quarterback in the league. But you're starting to see him overthrow guys. You're starting to see him undercut guys. You're seeing him just kind of, the no-look pass is starting to be a little off target at times. Like, there is some issues there. And other than against Indy last week, they haven't been able to run the ball at all.
Yeah.
And that's also hurt their offense, is they can't run the ball.
Yeah, it's where they are. That's for sure. It is absolutely.
And then you look defensively too, Sam. Other than Chris Jones, who's been getting pressure on any quarter? Dak was not sacked at all in that game.
Rough. That's the big one right there. It's just not sacked. That's gonna hurt you, especially defensively. It is wild. All right, Alan, I am being pressured by my phone to get off the air and go handle things. Where can the lovely people of this internet community find you in the future?
So you can follow me right there at APRAlis30 on X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it. It's also on TikTok if you want to follow me there. I'm on the Record Sports Hub every Tuesday and Saturday and Sunday where we do Lock It In the Record Sports Show.
Are you coming on Sunday with me? You want to come on Sunday with me?
I mean, sure. I got no game to watch, so. But yeah, other than that, yeah, we do our show on Tuesdays, which will probably be back Tuesday to recap
war games,
recapping war games, and then we'll be doing our baseball show Wednesday. Be back Wednesday talking some more off season stuff. Got to talk about Marcus Semien getting traded to the Mets.
Boy,
which
Mets keep loading up. Will it matter? That's the question.
Which kind of, if you look at it, Sam, it's kind of a benefit for us because we get a better hitter in Brandon Nimmo. So
yeah. Who's stopping you? Everybody, check out Alan Perellas. He is a Fanboy Unleashed, like myself. I will see you Sunday for after game takes.
Also, how about them Cowboys?
You gotta let him have it. He's been a good boy. He's living the dream right now. We will see you Sunday for after game takes at 8:30 p.m. Central. Alan might be with me. Who knows? We'll figure it out. Y'all have a wonderful evening. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. I hope you had a great Thanksgiving.